hello, hello. Woo! Happy Friday. How's everyone doing today, this beautiful Friday evening? Woo, baby, we are going into day 16. Can you believe that? We have only a week left. Woo. What? A whole week left? What? That's all we have going on here. We have another 7 days, and then it is my birthday, where we are gonna be celebrating the 23 days gratitude journey together. We're gonna have an opportunity to really spend some quality time. And if you like to be part of the private celebration call, yes, we're gonna be live streaming that as well. But if you wanna be celebrating with me one on one through a virtual private group, then make sure you let me know right away and just drop it in the comments below and say, I'm in. Just the word I'm in. And I will make sure that you have that private invitation to that room, that virtual room where we're going to be able to spend some one on one quality time, celebrate together, and just have an amazing, extraordinary conclusion to this 23-day gratitude journey. So my name is Jesus Perez, my friends, as you can see on my background, right? I'm a wellness and mindful transformational ambassador. And I mean an ambassador because I truly believe in the power of awareness. I truly believe that if we all take a moment to really think and to process what's going on with our life around us, we would discover so many different possibilities. We would discover what's out there. Now, I gotta tell you, this is really deep, really, But if we were to take a moment to slow down, we would discover what life is all about. Ooh, you know what I mean? By allowing ourselves to take a moment, by allowing ourselves to take a step back, shifting the way the canvas is going, shifting the perception, shifting just for a quick moment, just taking a step back and being aware of what's there. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, think of it this way, like a bird's eye where you come out and you above, and then you're able to see what's going on down there. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you were to be on the top of this mountain behind me, you see from right above, right? You see from right above everything. The view that you see from the top, you'd be able to see that view, right? So that's what I mean by having that kind of view. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Having a bird's eye view where you have an opportunity to look into within yourself, to look within, to look what's around you. But hey guys, this only happens again when we give ourselves a moment to be generous with our own self-care. And yesterday we were talking about that. As a matter of fact, if you remember, we were talking about embracing generosity in self-care. And embracing generosity in self-care is super important, because as we are embracing self-care every single day, we have an opportunity to actually get to see what's going on out there. We get to spend time getting to listen to our body. But again, guys, we got to be generous with our self-care. We cannot be stingy with our self-care in order for us to listen to our body, in order for us to see what's going on, giving us an opportunity to take a step back and try again. Just like the song says, and I'm not going to play that song here because of, we want to avoid copyright infringement, but the song by Elijah, where it says, try again and try again and try again. And if you fall down, you get up, you dust you dust yourself up and you try again. And you dust yourself up and you try again. But you see, my friend, that's exactly what happened to me. A few years ago, when we were living in the middle of the pandemic back in Mexico, we had an opportunity to really get to to spend time generously just exploring what was going on around life, exploring what was going on our own self. You know, in a way, my friends, for us, having to be going through that pandemic a few years back, it gave us an opportunity to really recalibrate. To me and my household, I'm talking about, it was an opportunity to recalibrate and ground ourselves and get into our core with our purpose and with our mission. So that's what happened to us. When I was dealing with the initial uh, stages of the pandemic and along with my family, now we're talking about 2021, I went into a big depression. You know, I fell into a massive depression that was just like I was dealing with a lot of subconscious issues and a lot of traumas that were not helping me. Because you see, what happens is when we moved to Mexico in 2020, just before the pandemic happened, we left Canada because we needed to find a new beginning and to create a new opportunities for us and our family after having to shut down our previous business and put it on standby. We didn't know what was going to happen, but eventually, you know, we filed for bankruptcy. We closed the business, a business that was reaching out to across 47 countries to 250,000 people audience. So you can imagine that that doesn't come easy. That requires a lot of work, a lot of consistency, and well, we were at a point we were beautifully empowering the community, empowering the voice of the community through our previous work. So when we have to say, okay, we got to move to Mexico, and 3 weeks later we are landing in Mexico. When we first arrived, we looked at the palm trees, we looked at the ocean, we look at the hot weather. You know, we felt that we no longer have to be putting on 20,000 coats just to go out to take the dog for a walk, right? So we get to Mexico, and then guess what happened? Every single trauma, issue, and problem that we were dealing with for the previous number of years due to the concussion that I experienced 2 years before, suddenly all of that was just like whoop, swept under the rug. It was just pushed to the back burner, in other words. So basically, I stopped thinking about it. And I gave myself permission to try something different. I gave myself permission to start living life under new circumstances, under a new environment, you know. And it worked. And it worked. For the first year, everything was going beautiful, right? In a way that I'm talking about emotionally. I want you to understand that everything emotionally was going well. I was, you know, excited to be back in Mexico after 20 years of no longer being there, and just enjoying the quality time with my family, taking them to the taco corner joint and try some local Mexican food. You know, it was really good. Chasing after the churros truck. Yeah, and all of that was happening during the pandemic, right? Because, you know, things started to open up eventually. So as we're enjoying life, I came to a point where I hit rock bottom. I came to a point that all of that I haven't dealt with caught up with me. All of those issues, all of those struggles, all of those things that were not dealt with caught up with me by 2021. And now we're in a year into the pandemic. There's still no hope. There are no answers, and everybody's just equally confused of what's going on with the pandemic, right? And as that is happening, you know, we realize that we have what we lost. I realized what I have lost. I realized at that point it's like it's kind of like things caught up with me, okay? And I hit rock bottom. I was like so depressed because my previous company was no longer around. And I literally was just being really harsh with myself because I couldn't forgive myself that after building a beautiful company internationally, globally, with a global reach, I got hurt and I couldn't get back on my feet quick enough to rescue my company, to continue working and to continue evolving. Because you see, when we got at the beginning of the injury, we lost all of our clients or 95% of our clients, we kept one for a little bit longer, but we lost most of our clients in the first 3 months. And then by the end of the following summer, about 6 months later or so, we lost the last one. And they left, they moved on as well, right? But the truth is, I couldn't do much of the work anyways. So it wasn't nothing personal. It was just the fact that I was trying to get the work going, but it just wasn't working because I couldn't stand in front of the computer for more than 5-10 minutes at the time. So in a way, it was a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise that when we felt it, when that happened to us, we didn't know what was going on. One of our clients, is like, hey, thank you so much, but we're moving on our own. That very same day, I was again in the ER. The same day I was in ER trying to see what was going on with my head after 2 months of consistent pain and aches and nothing happening and everybody telling me the exact same thing. Oh, just a bump on the head, go sleep it off. Just a bump on the head, go sleep it off. The same day I was standing at the ER, just waiting to be checked up, the same day I get an email at the same time saying, thank you, but we're moving on with someone else. We're doing it in-house or something along the lines. So you can only imagine how my emotional state started decaying faster and faster every time, every day, every month. So when things caught up with me in Mexico, I was just not being a very nice person to myself. I was angry, I was upset, I was disappointed, I was judging myself harder than you can imagine. I was just PO. I was PO. I was like, why did this have to happen? Why could I not get up quick enough? Why could I not do this in a different way? And everybody telling me just a bump in the head, and things were just not aligning. But you see, my friends, I was focusing on everything that was going on wrong. My attention was going into the pity. My attention was going into toxicity. My attention was going into negative thoughts. My attention was going into poor me, poor me. And I was being so harsh on myself. And that same time of 2021, my wife enrolled us in one of those programs online that Tony Robbins was talking about, recovering your life, taking over your life, and it didn't matter what was going on, you had the choice to stand up and get things moving again. So we attended the 5-day program, and it was awesome. It gave me a boost. It started helping me kind of like get my head off the sand, and you kind of like, all right, okay. But my wife literally had to come and talk to me and say, listen, babe, all of those failures that you're calling failures are lessons that are going to propel you forward. All of the difficult time that we have gone through is going to help you propel forward. You got to keep on going and got to try again and try again and try again, because you never know when things are going to happen. You never know when things are going to improve. So try again, never give up, get up, dust yourself up, and try again. And try again. And that's what she said. That's what I was able to learn and to embody. Get up, dust things off, and try again. And go for it again. And go for it again. But you see, at that time, around that same time, I was not being really mindful of what was going on. I had a little bit of, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm trying. I'm going to get it going. But, I was literally digging myself out of the pit. And I was using anything and everything to climb out of that pit. I was in a desperation mode. I was in a state where I was like, whatever. We're here in Mexico, and whatever. Life is cheap, so whatever. So I had to have a serious conversation, like I said, not only with my wife, but I also had a serious conversation with our Lord and Savior. And I was praying, and I remember saying to God, so God, if you want me to go back to the restaurant industry where I know it's a weak spot for me, okay? Because I was dealing with the hospitality industry for nearly 20 years, the first half of my my existence, I suppose, almost first half, but whatever. And I know how bad it was for me to be working in the industry. Because at the end of that lapse of me working in the industry, I was drinking like crazy, man. But that's a story for a different time, which I'll tell you later. I'll tell you when it comes closer to that time. But I didn't want to go back to the industry. And the restaurants, hotels were starting to open. And I said, God, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? I want to do your will. I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I'm honoring you. Whatever I'm doing, I'm honoring my family and I'm honoring myself. So I continue hitting the mat. I continue trying to, just live a mindful life, trying to live a proactive life. And eventually I came across different tools and different strategies that I have been sharing with you for the last 16 days. Strategies that help me bounce right back into my feet and get things moving. And at that point, I started receiving freelancing clients that help us move forward, to start making some money, to start getting my mind busy and occupied again with producing, with creating, with delivering over experiences, and creating extraordinary life as a whole, as a concept, But I had to learn to let go. I had to learn to forgive myself. I had to learn to release attachment to the outcome and try again. Because I knew that even though that I have failed at that business before, and not because of not being able to do it because I couldn't, but rather because literally I couldn't physically do it. It wasn't about skills issue or asset, It was not about the skills, about producing and continue creating the work. But it was rather about my own well-being. I needed to give my brain a chance to heal, an opportunity to try new things, an opportunity to try mindful living, mindful lifestyle, so I can then continue progressing in my life. And then the last thing I'm going to share with you is super important to this lesson today. Having the right people around you at the right time matters. I'll say that again. Having the right people at the right time matters. A friend of ours, while we were in Mexico, a friend from Canada wanted to do some dental work. And he asked if he could stay with us for, a few days. And say, yeah, come on down. We have spare room. Why not? You can crash there. You don't have to worry about hotel or anything like that. And so he came down for just over 2 weeks. What an amazing time with our friend. And he said to me one day, I remember, he asked me actually, he's like, DJ, what's going on? Are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay. And he's like, no, really, how are you doing? I said, well, He's like, what's going on? So I opened up with him and we started talking. And eventually I told him that I was very frustrated that the previous company had to be shut down and that I couldn't get it back up and running quick enough. And now that my family and I had to move to Mexico, and now we were stuck in Mexico. But you see, my friends, that was just a perception to see things. Now, 5 years later, I look back and I see, my goodness, so many beautiful lessons I learned from that. Because from that, I created extraordinary life along with my wife, and now we're able to deliver to you extraordinary life experiences. Why should I say extraordinary experiences? We're able to share from our mess, from our lessons that we learned. I'm able to share with you the gift of awareness, of knowledge, of the possibilities, of what's possible. Show you what's possible when you set your mind with intention into the right place and you align your heart and your brain into your purpose, and you go empowering lives. That's what I was able to learn from all of that. So when my friend is telling me, DJ, for those that don't know, DJ is my middle name, de Jesus, but okay. But we'll get back to that. DJ, it's okay to try again. It's okay to own multiple companies, right? And at that moment, I was like, right. And he said, you're no longer starting from ground zero. You're starting from level experience. You're no longer starting from ground zero. You're starting from an experience position, from an experience point of view. Because everything that you learned in the past, everything that you did before, everything that you were able to get things going for you, you can carry forward with you all of that knowledge. You can carry with you all those expertise, all your marketing, all your SEO work, the video branding, your live streaming knowledge, your web designing knowledge, all of the overall branding that you have gained over a decade. Now you can take that with you and start a new company. And now by you knowing what you're doing, you are going to save a lot of time because now you no longer have to make the same mistakes. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then I asked myself, what if it works? Ooh, what if it works? What if it works? I try it, and what if it works? What if I give myself into this, and what if it works? So you know what I did? I tried again. I got up, I dust myself up, and I said, I'm going to move forward with this once again. I'm going to move forward with this once again because I really have to give myself an opportunity. I have to give my opportunity. I own it to myself. Give myself a chance to prove that I am capable, that I am able, that I am enough. So I jump on and I took a leap of faith and I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And my beautiful wife was telling me for years and years, you should be teaching people how to live a mindful life. You should be helping people understand that there are possibilities. And for a long, long time she was telling me, and I was like, come on, what am I going to tell them? What am I going to teach them? You know, like, are you serious? And she's like, yes, of course I'm serious. You should really try it out. You should really empower people with your story. So my friends, now I want to extend an invitation to you to continue with me on this journey. But you know, before I show you that, before that invitation, I want to share with you what's possible from some of our clients, some of our attendees. We read here, their support and guidance have not only impacted my physical well-being, but more importantly, they have helped me to rediscover my self-worth. Here's another one. I'm super grateful for the transformative journey I have experienced with Extraordinary Life. And you know how is that possible? You know why is that possible? Because they took a proactive approach to their well-being. They took a tangible small step. Small step, my friends. That's all it takes. Small step to get things going for you. And right now, my friends, during May 2nd to June 21st, we are running our 8-week program live on Zoom called Living an Extraordinary Life, where you can also start experiencing transformation, immediate transformation, as has been shared with you here by the testimonials that we have received. And right now, my friends, guess what? There is a 70% discount until March 30th. Woo, baby, 70% off right now for those who take action. And how do you take action? Well, my friends, it's super simple. You just got to go to Extraordinary Life. The link is right here at the bottom of the screen. And there is also a link right on the comment section below where you can come, visit, and check things out. Because if you're enjoying these teachings, if you're learning and finding value through these sessions, through these live stream sessions, imagine how much more value we're going to receive together when we are going on a face-to-face live Zoom call where you have a private community of people who are also looking forward to empower their life by taking a proactive approach. And by the way, we are already 30% sold out. Woo, baby, 30% sold out. I just feel like dancing right now because it's amazing how this program, we just reopened the doors for the spring season and we are already 30% sold out. Woo, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I'm talking about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Thank you, giving the glory, the honor to Him at all the time, because this is possible. I am a walking testament of what is possible. when you set your mind with intention, when you are following your heart with passion. I am a walking testament, and so can you by joining us at the Living an Extraordinary Life program happening here between May 2nd to June 21st. Woo! And take an opportunity to receive a 70% off. 70% off. So you as well are one of our students who says things like, I have already noticed improvements in my life, mindset, and energy after only 2 beautiful sessions. How powerful, how humbling is that? I'm telling you guys, it's super humble, super honoring. It's like such an honor, I meant to say, such an honor to be empowering the life of our community, empowering the life of our viewers from at the comfort of your home. I think I'm finished here for the day. My words are just rambling. I'm just rambling here. So, my friends, have an amazing, amazing weekend. We'll see you tomorrow, Saturday, for day 17. As we're shifting into a whole new concept of gratitude, of empowerment. And I just want to leave you here with something beautiful, 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 my friends. And you know what that is? Ooh, 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 it's Friday, and you know it. And well, even if it's Friday or Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it doesn't really matter, because every day is an extraordinary opportunity to really get things going. So let's close it with some music, shall we? We'll see you tomorrow for day 17, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us.